Hi guys, it's Spectre here. Welcome back to more Total Warhammer 3. Continuing my Katarin 100 turn head start campaign. We are on the home stretch now. So in this part I am going to make it to turn 100 regardless, even if it has to run over a little bit. Just to get there. Then either at the end of this part or the start of the next part I can start expanding and start taking some territory. We've still got bloody plagues everywhere. This clan mortar's bleeding plague rat into it is still around, aren't they? We need to get rid of them because if them plagues hit us, it's really bad. Reducing growth is not so much an issue, especially when you've already got like maxed out salmons. But it halves your income, so then suddenly you can't afford your armies. And it also causes attrition, and it lasts for 5 goddamn turns. Which may not seem like a lot in the grand scheme of things, but 5 turns of attrition damage from the plague can do a lot of damage to your armies. They're actually apparently as strong as me again, weirdly enough. I don't know if the Skaven really have a decent answer to Kislev, in all honesty. The only thing I could think of with Skaven is try and build 2 20-stack armies early on and try and wipe them out. Take out Katarin, take out Kostaltin. If they're dead early on, they ain't coming back. And then you ain't got to face their terrifying armies. Because if these get rolling, and they get to like Zargard and then Bear Cavalry Elemental Bears, and then start getting Ice Guard and Little Groms, you're going to be in a world of hurt. The only way I can stop it is if I get rid of that goddamn... well, that faction up here. Because the next faction near me would be Tretch. He's the next one that'd be nearby. Festus is dead, so he's not going to spread any plagues up here. Kugaf's even further away than Tretch. And then it would be like Clan Moors or Ricket Claw. And they're again both really far away. I shouldn't be seeing either of those in this campaign, really. Hero wound failure. He tried to wound my hero. Oh no. We still can't attempt to kill him though, so he gets another chance at his next turn. Fuck. We've got minus 50% success chance, so I can't try and kill him. I need to wait for that to wear off. See, sometimes I don't think the AI gets that debuff. I'll be honest. Because I've seen Witch Hunters sometimes wound heroes, 2 heroes in consecutive turns. So 1 hero one turn and 1 the next turn. And with minus 50% success chance, they shouldn't be able to assassinate one of my heroes. Because like if I do it now, I'm at 14% chance. So it means I've got a chance, but a very, very small one. But they shouldn't be getting that 14%. It's bullshit. I wouldn't even attempt that. It's just not worth it. It's not worth it for the money. But obviously an AI won't think that way. But they shouldn't be getting that off. It's ridiculous.
Mistress of Ice. Winter will claim.
I was thinking of doing a like a green skin like information video to help people play green skins. Because a lot of people have said they can have some difficulty with them. Greenskins have got a fairly decent economy. It's not the best, don't get me wrong, but it's nowhere near the worst. I'd say it's above average, definitely, in terms of their economy. But you've just got to know what to build in your armies. So, like, although it might sound obvious, but people still get it wrong, is if you're playing Grom, or if you're playing Skarsnik, go for Nasty Skulkers. Simple as that. Just go Nasty Skulkers. Skulkers punch well above their weight, even the lower tier unit. They don't do great in auto-resolve anymore like they used to in Warhammer 2, but you can still use them extremely effectively. Obviously, Skarsnik makes them cheaper, so you can have more of them. Grom makes them stronger. It makes them stronger in his specific army, but then his Grom's Cauldron is like unique campaign mechanic, can make all goblins stronger in all armies. So you can have goblins with like more physical resistance, frenzy, forget what else they can get. They can get a few other buffs put in there. But basically you can make them really decent units. So you don't need other troops, you can just use those. You can chuck in like a rogue idol if you want, you know. He's a big terror causing unit, is unbreakable, unlike goblins. And he gives +4 leadership to all units in your army. Something that's really good for something that has poor leadership. If you're playing the other three, so if you're playing Wurzag, obviously it's a no-brainer, you do want to go Savage Orcs. Now, initially you probably can't afford Savage Orc big guns, so you might have to go the normal Savage Orcs. But then when you can get big guns, you probably want at least half your army big guns. You still want the same heroes in there, so you still want a River Hag Troll, you want a Black Orc War Boss. You never ever need Goblin Shaman heroes, you don't need them. You really, really don't. There's not that much point in taking Orc War Bosses either. They've not even got like another campaign skill tree to like buff up Orcs. They're just a fighter, and they're not even that good, to be completely honest. Even Azag's not great. Grimgor's pretty good at killing characters, and he's on foot. You don't need Orc War Bosses. So generally just take Goblin Great Shamans, because they get an Arachnarok Spider, so they become quite beefy later on, and they've got the debuff in magic, which is quite cheap. And then, obviously you can use Goblin Tide, because you're still going to be taking, I'd say 6 to 8 Nasty Skulkers, because they're basically going to be taking out the enemy range units. Your front line is going to be, eventually, your Savage Orc big guns. If you're playing Azag, you're just going to have Orc big guns, because he can buff those. He's got a special upgrade as well for their scrap, so they can get more armor piercing. Where the special upgrade for Savage Orc big guns for Wurzag is missile resistance. The special upgrade for Grimgor, for some weird reason, is leadership and they cause fear. I don't know why you need leadership on Black Orcs when they've already got really bloody high leadership. They're very, very unlikely to break. They're like the most reliable of the Orc troops. What I might do is here.
Storm, I understand my celestial light blinds you, but do try to focus.
Yeah.
For the defense.
The Western provinces bid you a warm welcome. In most places.
Who the hell is this? Kugath. I mean, I could see something from him potentially. How strong are they? Let me check, actually. I can't even see them, so I don't know. Just trade agreements with these have been quite lucrative, and it's just that
fire and metal.
I don't really want to go to war with them. They're miles away, but it's not enough. I don't want to go to war with two factions when I can just do one. Because look how much it's worth. Because these aren't that far from me. It's Colex Sunita. And then I've got nice juicy trade agreements and improving relations. And these two are both bloody strong. And I can potentially get alliances with them later. I don't expect their side of the world to really affect my side of the world, but just look at my money shot up. Trade's now at 2,189. I'm getting like over 1,000, I think, from trade with those two. It's not even to the thing. Yeah, 512 there, 647 there. So between those two, I'm getting over 1,000, which is more than these three combined. Almost. Oh no, he wounded her. He did manage to wound her. No, you dickhead. Son of a bitch. Fuck. Didn't we get an okay lord or something last time? Yeah, this one, yeah. Devora Bukowski. She reduces the upkeep cost and increases melee attack by 5%. That's the one I would go with.
Defy chaos.
I can potentially trade one of those as well, fuck it. So even with that minus 20% success chance, the fucker still managed to assassinate me. It's Astrograph again. That little bastard there. I mean, maybe the ranged Skaven armies might work better against Kislev than melee, because Kislev will be disgustingly difficult in melee for Skaven to beat. And I suppose I don't think Kislev have got any flyers, as far as I'm aware.
It suits my purposes.
And there's nothing that flies in their roster, including lords on mounts. So they've got no flyers. It's then just a matter of you've got to outgun them, which Rattling Gunners and Jezzails will outgun Ice God. And then Little Grom's pretty nasty. I'm not sure if Plague Claws will outgun that, I don't know. Potentially, I don't know. Might be worth taking a unit or two, like a unit or two, like death runners or something.
None shall question me. For the people. We must go unseen.
King Louis Leon, you ask for a boon.
Why you still got -9 for trade agreement? So weird.
Ready.
Strength rank 1, oh my god.
Be at peace, for that is all I ever want.
He actually gets more than me for this trade. Is it what with Clan Moors? Then again, Balakor's nearby. I don't want another nuisance from the opposite side yet. I should be okay. We'll work on our relations with the Empire anyway, because I've got that. Should be improving it every turn. Oops. Click back on that. I'm going to go on that in a second.
Onward. Greetings.
Strange we've not encountered Archeon yet. Think about what did that just say about what? Oh, he's not very strong. He's got 5 settlements, but he's not very strong. Actually, Azazel's more of a concern. And he's a lot closer.
Born to rule. Pledge your obedience to me.
I'm going to have to wait because Astrogaf's there. His army's garbage though, so I'm not going to have a problem against that.
Embrace this welcome call, Kislevites.
From the saddle.
Yeah, fuck it. Oh, is it retaken help it? Nice. I actually wouldn't mind help it because it'll be classed as a city and it's orange. Orange I will occupy, especially for a city. And that's basically a city and a province in itself. Assaults my units, really? At least he didn't attack, making it kind of pointless, apart from leveling up that hero. Ugh. Kislev only got done by then. A lot of Storm Vermin in there. But then again, Storm Vermin won't do shit against Zargard. See, I'm even unsure how well Storm Vermin with halberds, which are anti-large, will fare against warbears.
Mistress of Ice. This shall be Katarin's.
Weapon strength 7%. Yes, we'll take that. Hopefully this leads on to another good one. Right, we need this. We don't need that one. We can take that one for a bit more armor for the bears. And that one if we get any elemental bears. But that one I want for the devotion, but also chance of a plague spreading minus 25%.
Use this wisely.
I don't want no bleeding plagues.
Ice Queen.
Annoying as hell. I'm still undecided on what Azazel's actually doing.
My rule, my decision.
Okay. Is any other king supporters?
They are one people.
Fucking hell, look how strong the Empire are compared to me. That little spitty green on the end. It's not quite a pubic hair, but it's not bloody far off.
Will tolerate no opposition.
The fuck does he want? Peace treaty? You're miles away from me, dude. I don't understand that as well. That's kind of a weird one. Why is he offering me a peace treaty when I'm nowhere near him? It'd probably take 10 turns of travel to get to him. What he wants to do is try making peace with the people around him that are actually kicking his ass. Not send peace to me. And at the moment I can't attack him if I wanted to because I am bound by my 100 turn head start rules. But I can in 2 turns. I'm useless. That one's okay, I suppose. It's not great.
Frost Maiden. They will fear me.
Come on, woman. How?
Threat is negligible. One land.
Alright.
Spread
I
our
have to move her there.
winter will claim you. Kneel before your queen. We are both servants, you and I. You can make your stone.
Goddamn guy again. He's gone the other way, fine. I thought he might attack Prague while I was moved away. Prague's got a strong garrison though, so he'd probably struggle to take it. clan modder performs scout runes against... That can't be Skaven then. Is it actually just a ruin?
The Boca Palace's doors are open.
For 3,600, yeah, I'll take it, yeah. That's not too bad. They normally charge me like 7 to 15,000. So for 3,000, I'll take it.
I control the frosts. The Tsarina. Kislev endures.
Yeah, basically I'm going to keep my army very simple. So, you generally have more complexity in ranged armies than you do in melee armies. So, with this basically I've got 2 units. You do the same thing with the greenskins. If you're playing the Empire, you might have one more, because you'd have great swords. And then you'd have probably Reichsguard along with Demograph Knights. But you won't have much complexity. The simpler the army, generally the stronger the army. There's a few examples where simple's not. Like if you went with a... oh shit. If you went with like a Sister of Avalon army, you'd have a front line maybe Silvering Guard or Phoenix Guard. You'd have bulk of your army be Sisters of Avalon, but then you might have 2 or 3 bolt throwers, along with like some heroes in your Lord. But heroes and Lord I always clash, you're always going to have some of those in an army. Well, you always have a Lord, and you're always probably going to have at least 1 or more heroes. But apart from that, unit types, like you've only got 3 in that army, so that's only 1 more. If you played Skaven, you might want a front line of some kind, though it depends if you want to go with an expendable front line like Skaven Slaves. Yeah, why not? Or a stronger front line like Storm Vermin, with halberds probably, because they're anti-large. But then you're going to have like Rattling Gunners, Jezzails, Plague Mortars, Plague Claw Catapults. You're going to have a big mix of units. You might even take a few Death Runners here and there, just to take out some enemy artillery. But then again, you've got Menace from Belows. So you'll have like 5-6 unit types in a Skaven army. They can be quite complex. You play like Dwarves. You usually have your regular Dwarves, then you'll go up to Longbeards, then you'll have your Ironbreakers. And then you'll go with Quarrelers, either Handgunners or Iron Drakes, or a mix of the 2. And then probably some Rock Robbers. Cannons aren't really worth taking because they're good against large rather than infantry. And the bulk of enemy armies are going to be infantry. And Rock Robbers will still hurt cavalry as well. But cannons obviously fire at more of an arc. So when the enemy gets close, they can actually hit your own troops, where Rock Robbers fire up and over. You want the artillery that's going to basically avoid your troops. That's why things like mortars are good. Little Grom would be good because he's like a modified mortar. Any catapults, Plague Claw, Rock Clobbers, Grudge Throwers as the dwarves call them. Rock Clobbers, they're actually the greenskin version. Greenskins though, my personal opinion, never build a greenskin ranged army. Just don't. Play to your strengths, not your weaknesses. Other armies can make much better ranged armies than greenskins can. There's no point making
summon well. My power grows.
One more turn and then we've finally got our full first 20 stack. I'll probably take this one.
None shall question me.
But I think I'm going to go for Help It first.
All in service to Kislev. Your time is short.
Isn't there a thing on here for fucking heroes or something? Yeah, that. Put that on. We'll get ourselves a hero. Right, we can now attack. Oh, we can't because we need to recruit that guy. But now we can attack. We can now attack. You're at turn 100. We can unbench the army. We can begin our assault against the forces of evil. And also one thing you can do as greenskins as well, when you're playing greenskin sort of thing, compared to other factions, as long as you've got quite enough in your treasury, don't need to be as much as I've got in my Skarsnik campaign, but even say like 30 to 50,000 in that ballpark. As long as the minus you go into isn't too massive. If the minus is like 10,000 a turn, then it's too much. If the minus is like, say 3,000-4,000 a turn, you can handle it. Because what you can do is keep your armies alive, as I've said in my other campaign, and just go around sacking and then occupying settlements. You can do that. That's a way to basically play greenskins as well. Just be where the enemy armies aren't. Obviously, if you've got to wipe them out, it's a different story. You're going to have to fight their armies at some point. But there's a way for you to keep alive because, again, greenskins don't have strong garrisons. Everyone knows this. I would say at the moment the garrisons are even weaker.
I said march.
What? How about what?
Kislev goes forth.
Oh, what?
I have frost.
He wounded Ulrika? That son of a bitch.
Threat is negligible. Which to be? Die impaled on frozen bars.
can't believe he wounded
I am not ready.
Ulrika.
Sweet ball. Maiden of the Frosts.
Doing one more of those.
I control the Frosts.
Fucking annoying goddamn heroes are starting to piss me off. Now wounded heroes in my army.
Kislev's daughter.
4 fucking turns she's gone for.
We are in
Just got a full army as well.
born to rule.
Right, well I'm going to leave this pot here. Next turn I can attack. I'm going to go and occupy Hell Pit first. Then I'm going to have to try and put down this Norscan here. Then I might move against Ostrogoth, but at the moment he's not being too much of an asshole. So I might go and help Kostaltin against Azazel. Because if we can take that, basically going to cripple Azazel, because Azazel doesn't really take many of the Dark Fortresses. Then again I say that, and he's got one there. Motherfucker. Okay. Of course he has. Right, okay. I'll leave this pot here. Hope you guys have enjoyed. If you have, leave a like. If you're new, please drop a sub. Help grow the channel. And I will catch you in the next video. Take care everyone, and have a great day.